consequences of this is not violatable. Having said that, I think it's important to insist we must have a public register. Every citizen must be able to access it, no matter the guidelines we set. If I, the citizen, want to go all the way to give me the protocols to jump, but I must be able to access it. If not, we defeat the Freedom of Information Act also on records that are public records. So I think it's a balance of both, and we have to try and achieve that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Additional from Bureau of Public can actually give a lot of information regarding that can help in linking companies, in linking who is winning contracts anywhere in the country. We have circulars that are also strengthening the deployment of that tool, enforcing that is a mandatory criteria. You can't do business you can't be awarded any government contract if you are not registered on that database. So I just think I need to put this on the table so that as we look at what can we achieve in the immediate, then we can begin to look at areas of collaboration among ourselves.
Thank you very much, sir. Just a quick one. Is the database accessible to the
of information as envisaged when we started? But as we go down the line, say in the last 4 years, we have recognized the need for greater use of the data and information, and this is one of the reasons why we want to do the second version, because we now know that there are a lot of entities themselves, even the law enforcement.
About national database, that gives the impression as well that actually legal right base of companies. You said you are whether only those people who are doing contracts with government are the ones that are registered on that database, just registered but not incorporated. Not incorporated to do, but whenever they have a contract with government, then they need to register. If that is what you are talking about, we probably need some clarification here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, please, just answer in 1 minute, please.
Okay, just to answer you in 1 minute, this national database is for anybody and classification of and categorization of federal contractors and service provider. And under the powers of the Bureau, Section 6, subsection F says maintain a national database of federal contractors and service providers to the exclusion of all procuring entities prescribed classifications of
public. So we decided for KAMA, the issue of beneficial ownership in relation to public companies. Said in UK they have a minimum threshold of 25%. There are other countries, I can't remember, outside the UK that also has 25%. When we exposed the draft bill last week, the issue came up is to provide a provision agencies. Nobody has availed us with records of companies that have been granted exemption by the government. So this is quite a challenge. So maybe we need to come to BPP to see whether they have such information. So that okay, maybe that we can take advantage of that. Okay, that's fine, because I can tell you no foreign company has filed any report with us in the last 5 to 10 years, even the exempted foreign companies. And we've not been able to trace them. All the government departments that are supposed to provide information, nobody seems to have that information. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, this is where we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think we're slowly and incrementally coming to very revolutionary moments when some of these big figures on capital flight and illicit financial flows, we're coming slowly to them, really. And thank you very much. This is a very interesting conversation so far, and I'm very certain that as we go towards implementing all of these, and especially for agencies to share information, really, a whole lot will still happen. Let me thank you again, Mr. Bubakar, and also the person who intervened from the Bureau for Public Procurement. BPP, and all of us for the interesting conversation so far. I would like to hand over to Mrs. Ibekako right now, except if there are other questions, so that she can drive the rest, because we are running short of time.
We're really running short of time because we must finish by 1 p.m. That's the promise we made. We cannot extend beyond that. If we're going to have this type of policy dialogue more often on issues, on emerging issues, then we need to plan it in a way that time. Once we come in, we start. We have people online as well that want and that's what different database. Well, you need to check that they have the CAC number, the registration number, because you use the numbers. Well, I don't know why they are not filing return, because if you are not filing return, that means
is that. So what is, because companies are invited to execute register locally in Nigeria.
There are information that don't even exist. We facilitate that.
It's been taken over, even PLCs. Kama was the question of this economic intelligence gap.
Register is not just to have a law, to impact on the lives of the people, the special assistance.
In 1 minute.
Have is